Hey guys and girls, welcome back. This is part 26 in our FPS series, and today we're going to be working on player respawn. But before we get started on this tutorial, I just really quickly want to go over a couple of things with you guys. Hopefully you can bear with me for a minute or so, but I just wanted to show you guys something, and I've actually been using a new browser to surf the web lately, and it's called Brave browser, and it's a really cool browser. You can download it for free, and as you'll see on your actual homepage, this browser actually automatically blocks trackers, it blocks ads, it automatically upgrades the HTTPS, and it saves you. It gives you a counter here of how much time you've actually how much time you've actually saved while you were surfing the web, which is pretty cool. And it also has some other really cool features as well. The Brave browser is actually based on a cryptocurrency called BAT or BAT token. And what this actually is used for is to actually help out content creators and content creators like me, even though I don't really create that much content, unfortunately. Um, it's really great because just say you're a content creator like me. I'm a very small channel. I have 1,435 subscribers currently, and I actually generate zero income from this channel, believe it or not. I don't get a cent. I don't have the channel monetized. I don't have ads on my videos, any of that stuff. So everything I do is completely on my own time and it's for free. I don't get paid for it. So the best thing about Brave browser is that if you actually go ahead and download the Brave browser, just say you're looking at my page here, if you go up to this little triangle up here that says Brave Rewards, you click on this and you'll notice that I've actually got myself verified by Brave. I'm a Brave verified publisher. So what you can actually do, as I said, there's the token called the BAT or BAT token. You can actually buy these tokens and you can store them in your wallet, which is built into this browser, and you can actually tip your favorite content creators with these tokens. So it's a really fantastic way for small content creators to be able to get rewarded for what they do. And I just thought I'd mention this. I don't expect you guys to do this. If if you're not in a position to do that, well, it's fine. But for people that are into cryptocurrency or people that are interested in this, it's a really cool thing in my opinion. So just at least check it out. And also, I just wanted to mention with that as well, if you go to your actual reward settings here, you'll notice that you can actually get paid in BAT tokens if you have to watch ads. So you can see here it says it's not available in my region. I live in Australia, and this is just a new feature that's just been added to it. They've been working on. So this is actually a really cool benefit of using this browser as well. You will actually get paid in small fractions, I imagine, of BAT tokens for watching ads. You can auto contribute to certain content creators, and yeah, it's really cool. So check it out. As I said, I'm not expecting you guys to tip me, but if you can do that, it would be fantastic because, as I said, I don't make any revenue, and that's why I can't make as much content as I'd like, or the quality of content that I'd like, because I have to go and work a day job and pay my bills, look after my family, and the same crap that everyone else has to do. So, you know, if I could generate some type of income for the channel, it would definitely help me make more content and better content. I also have a Patreon, as you guys know. I know it's a bit annoying. I'm not begging you guys for money or anything like that, but I'm just letting you know if I did generate some income, it would definitely, allow me to make a lot more content. So you can see on my tiers here on the Patreon page, it's only $1 a month now. For $1 a month, you can download my scripts and you can download any scripts I bring out in the future. I mean, a dollar. Crazy, crazy cheap. You imagine the amount of time I've put into making these tutorials, and you can get all them scripts for $1, and for $3 a month you can download the entire project up to date how it is now, and you can download the project or any other projects I make in the future. Okay, and as I said, if I start making some type of revenue, as you can see, I have 0 patrons and I get 0 per month, because I actually had one guy sign up and I think he downloaded the scripts or something. I don't know what happened, but I don't know, there was money there and then it disappeared, so he must have unsubscribed or something. I don't know how it really works that much, but anyway. So yeah, that's a bit annoying, but you guys, if you can afford $1 a month, well, it'd be really great if you could just sign up to at least that one, and you'll get the scripts for free. So yeah. Also, I just want to quickly mention, I know it's probably getting annoying now, but I have a website link on my YouTube channel as well. And this actually will take you to my website for my game studio. It's called Little Byte. That's our logo there, Little Byte Game Studio. And Lost Assassin is a game that we've been working on whenever we can find some time, which is very rarely at the moment. Working very long hours in my day job. I'm actually getting married in October on the 26th, so yeah, weddings are really expensive. So I've been working my butt off for the man. But anyway, you can come here and you can check out. I haven't really done all that much on the website. It's there is a video here you can watch, but I think because I'm using Brave, I'm pretty sure Brave thinks this might be advertising or some type of, yeah, just some type of advertising, so they're not allowing me to actually watch it. But if you went to this through any other browser like Chrome or Firefox or whatever you use, you'd be able to watch a little short video of the game we've been working on. It's just a 2D side scroller game. You can have a look at some of the concept art. My mate Kane, who is the artist, he's really cool artist. You should check out his stuff, it's awesome. And you can see how the game sort of started off. That's our sort of concept art at the start, and you know, you look at this little guy here. This is our original character, which was, all of this was completely hand drawn, and then this is our newest version of the character, which is pretty cool. We have a version of him with bionic legs like this, which is like a leg upgrade, and then we have a version where he's got normal legs. But I have heaps more artwork and stuff to add. We have heaps and heaps, so yeah, you can go ahead and check out this too if you would like. Anyway, I'm sorry I held you guys up for so long. I don't blame you if you skip through that, but I thought it was worth mentioning. So let's go ahead and get started on the tutorial. So what we're going to do, as I said, is make a player respawn system. You guys can modify this and add to it and make it however you want, but we're just going to go through the actual basic concept of respawning. Okay, so what we need to do is work out a position in the game where we want the player to actually respawn. But before we do that, I need to show you one thing I've done is I actually, on my first person character, not the actual player game object, like the main parent game object, on the actual first person character that has the camera, so whatever you have the camera on, I've actually just added like the most simple animation you could imagine. I have a death and revive animation. So basically all I've done is for the death animation, when the player dies, he starts off standing up. You'll see his rotation X up here is 0, and then as we go to the 1.5 seconds or 130 frames, I'm laying on my back and I'm looking up at the ceiling. That's when he's dead. Okay, super simple. If you've been watching the videos, you guys will be able to do this without any trouble. And after making that one, you know, I've just made a revive one, and the revive one just starts off in the laying down position. If I click on this, you'll be able to see the laying down position, which was like -85 on the X rotation. You could probably just make that 85 to make it a bit easier and cleaner. But the revive one starts off in that position and then obviously goes and stands back up to 0 where he originally started. Okay, so one of them is falling over backwards and one of them is standing back up. Okay, very simple, make sure you have your animator on that actual game object with the camera. And all I've done in the actual animator controller is I've just got two triggers. One's called death, one's called revive. So from any state to death, I'm just using that death trigger. From any state to revive, I'm just using that revive trigger. And all I've done is create an empty state. You right click here, go to empty. I've created an empty state, and I've just got that going from entry to the empty state like that. And this doesn't get used. It's an empty, it's got no animation in it, okay? All we're using is these two animations that I made. So very, very simple stuff. I don't even know if I need that. I don't know why I did that. I think I just want to have a look. Let's have a look. If I delete it, yeah, it tries to go to the death one. Okay, we do need an empty one. So I'll just go create state, empty. And then once you've created the empty state, you just right click and set that as default layer, and you'll see that now it's going to that. So that is nothing that we're going to use. This is all we're using. Any state to death, any state to revive. Okay, simple as that. So let's go back and actually make our respawn position. So I'm probably going to want to put it over near this door, and probably an easy way to do this, if we click on the door, and if I just double click on this actual door game object, and then I'll just go up here and I'll just close this back. And if I right click and make a empty game object, I hope I didn't just make that. Hang on. Start again. I think that was fine, but we'll start again. I'll do it so it's very simple. So we'll right click on the hierarchy, make sure you're not selected on anything, empty game object, rename it to player respawn, and then all I'm going to do is click on that door, double click on that. It's already in the position, but I'll just show you guys how to do this. So once you've double clicked on the actual game object, then you click on player respawn, go to game object, move to view, which is Control Alt F, click on that, and it will put your little respawn empty game object right on that door's position in the center, okay? Because it's on center up here. If I change that to pivot, it would go to its pivot point, which seems to be exactly the same. But the reason I do that is just so that now you've got a starting point and you don't have to try to move this around in 3D space and find the right position. You can easily just slide it across and then move it forward. And then it's right in the center of the two doors and it's ready to go. Okay, just move it down a tiny bit. So that's our respawn point. And now we're going to go into our player health. I thought it would be easy to do it in our player health because we've got, this is how we handle all of our health and dying and things like that. So it just makes sense to me to have it in the player health. So this is our current player health script. And what I might do is here we can just do a, we'll do a header. And we can call this header player respawn, like so, and we'll do a public transform, and this will be player respawn. Okay, and now we can just come down here. What's this one? This was updating our UI. Underneath this, we can either just do a heading like this. You can comment it and just say like player respawn like that, and then you'll be able to keep track of everything that's going on. But there's another way to do it, which is a more professional way, And you could just do a hash and then type region like that, and it will automatically come up. And then we can make the heading. So say player, I might do it in capitals. I like capitals. Player respawn like that. And then underneath this, you can just simply, oops, I pressed the wrong button. Do another hash and then write end region like that. And then anything that we put in between these two, we can simply close the whole lot up like that. And you'll see it just has the heading player respawn. We open it up and it's got all our code in. Okay, so that's a really excellent way to keep your scripts organized. Okay, so in our player respawn, we need to respawn our player. So we might do a I enumerator just to make it easy for ourselves, and we'll call it player. Oops, player. I haven't typed for a while, as you can see. Player respawn. And inside here, we will simply, to start off with, we will just say transform dot position equals player respawn dot position. So essentially, this is the actual code that's going to respawn our player to the position that we just made. It's that simple. Okay, that's the actual one line of code that actually does most of the business, but we will have to do some other things as well, obviously. But essentially, this is the code that does the magic. So if we go back here, you'll see that the actual health script is on the player game object. So when we just type in transform with a lowercase t like this, right, it's actually referring to this, the actual player transform here. So what we're saying is the transform.position is going to be wherever the player is in the world. It's going to take this position, what it currently is, and then we're going to make that equal the respawn position, which is the player respawn position we just made. Okay, so it's just simply going to move. The player might be dead over here, or move from over there to here. Okay, it's that simple. So that is fine. What we also need to do is a few things, because we actually made a death animation, so we probably want to use that. So we might just do a animator, and we'll call this anim. Have I already made an animator for the player? I can't remember. Oh, it'll be on the other script. Sorry, of course. Okay, so we'll make another animator for this script, and we will. What else do we need to do? For now, we'll just incorporate this. We'll just take it one step at a time. So the first thing we need to do is play the actual death animation. So we'll just say anim dot set trigger, because we made triggers, and it was called death with a capital D. As always, make sure that you spell it the same as you've spelt it in your parameters. And I think it goes for about a second and a half. Let's have a look. So yeah, it goes for 130 frames. So we'll just say yield return new wait for seconds. Geez, I am a bit rusty, I tell you. Okay, so we'll just wait for, say, 2 seconds, okay? Just see how it goes with 2 seconds. We'll wait for 2 seconds, and then we'll respawn to the new position, and then we will copy that. And we'll just change this one to revive. Make sure you spell it right. Revive. And then we can simply just copy that. Or, we don't actually need that because you get transformed and then we revive. So we don't actually need to wait again. You could actually I don't know, it might be crap, but you could actually put that there. So when he respawns to a new position, he's still laying down, and then you wait, and then all of a sudden he like stands back up. You could have some cool like revive sound effect or something play there. I don't know. Might be okay. We won't do that, but yeah, you can do it however you want. So okay, so that's essentially fine. So what we need to do is, well, first of all, we didn't set our animator in start, so we need to make sure that we say anim equals get component animator. Otherwise, it's not going to know what anim is. So just save that. And then when we actually die, we can start the coroutine, which is player respawn. Make sure you get all your parentheses in the right positions. So you actually have the actual function in between two other open and closed parentheses, just like that. And it should actually work now, but there's going to be a few issues, but we'll have a look. So if we go in, we wait for the scripts to reload, and if we play the game, actually first of all, let's just have a look at my health. I don't want to stand there for ages, and I will turn the volume down because my volume's always really loud. Maybe not that much. Go to the player health, and instead of starting off with health 100, we'll just for testing purposes make it 1, and then we'll just die with one hit instead of standing there for ages waiting to die. So we've got 1 health now. Missing component animate attached to player going to script is trying to access it. Okay, of course. Okay. Good old console. You always check your console. It's a lifesaver. Okay, so what it's saying is it can't access the animator. There's no animator attached to the player game object because our health script is on the player, but we don't have an animator on our player. Okay. For some reason I thought we did, but I'm working on other stuff as well, so I get confused. But anyway, so we have the animator on our first person character, so we can't have it like this. We can't say get component animator. We need to say get component in parent. So in children. In children. So save that. I did also notice that I couldn't look up and down with my mouse. So the thing to also keep in mind is that an animator will override everything else, okay? So if this animator is active, I'll just show you, I'll just make sure, but yeah, I can't look up and down. I can look side to side, but I can't look up and down, okay? And this will be because of the animator. So what we might have to do is we'll just disable this animator as well. So what we'll do is we'll just say, I'll actually chuck this, I'll cut that out, and I'll just chuck that in awake. And then in start, I'll just say anim dot enabled equals false. This is just a very easy way to do it. And then when we actually want to play our animations, we'll just say anim dot enabled equals true. And after we've played our revive, we'll just say anim dot enabled equals false again. Okay, and that should do the trick for that. So now let's have another go. Go back into the game and let this guy hit us, and we're down for the count. He's still trying to beat the crap out of us. What is this? Player health has not been assigned. Variable player respawn of player health. Aha. We haven't assigned our respawn position, but most of you guys would have already seen that and been going, you haven't assigned your respawn position. So put it in there. Okay. On the player, in player health, we need to actually drag and drop the player respawn into that. Okay. And now it will work. Go here, dead, and then we respawn over here. But old mate here is still trying to attack us, so he's completely broke. I can't seem to kill him either. Okay, so yeah, we're going to have to fix a few things, and you would have noticed too that our health still stayed at completely 0. Okay, so we need to make sure, if we go, so when we actually die, we have this boolean that keeps track of when we're dead and when we're not dead. Okay, so we've said that is dead is true when we're dead. So what we need to do first of all is make sure we reset that back to false so that the enemy knows we're not dead anymore. So we could just say is dead equals false because we're alive. And we could also, we're also going to need to reset the player health. You could reset the ammunition and stuff as well if you wanted to. We'll make a function actually right here above, whoops, not that far above, but above the I enumerator. I always like to keep my I enumerators below everything else. It's just how I was shown to do it originally, and that's just how I have always done it. So we'll make a new method called void, and we'll just call it set player values, and then we already do this. Yeah, we already do this in start. Okay, so we can just copy all that, or cut that out actually, and then we could paste that in there. And then on this, we don't have to worry about the animator. We actually take that out as well and put that in there, just so it makes a bit more sense. Well, to me anyway, probably not to you guys or anyone else. But so we're setting the player values here, so we could actually just, instead of having all that crap in start, we could just say set player values. Make sure you call that in the start, and it'll automatically do this stuff. So then down here, after we after the player is revived, we could call it there as well. Okay, so that will reset all the values, and you could have another method or something like that, and it could be one to do with set weapon values or something like that. So you could set you know, maybe you could reset the player's gun back to the default gun, or set the ammunition back to full ammunition, or whatever you wanted. You know, you could make it so that he respawns and his ammunition stays how it is now, you know. You can do whatever you want. It's your game. So save that, and now we should be good to go. So we die and respawn, and look, now he's chasing us, and our health has been set back to 1, and that's the value I had it set on, so it's working fine. And he's dead. So I think that'll do it. It's probably dragged on for a little bit, this video, because of all the crap I went through at the start. But oh, no, hang on. I also got a hurt sound. That's right. That's how really dodgy hurt sound. It's a free one. Okay, what can I say? So let's add that as well. So we'll also go to our player, and I'll make sure I reset this back to 100. And I'm going to go up to overrides up here, and I'm going to apply all the changes to our player prefab so it's completely updated. The player prefab, which is in here. Is it in here? There it is. Okay, it updates that prefab anyway. So we're going to add this sound. If we go back to our scripts, we're going to need to... Don't actually need that. There's actually not much in there. I'll just get rid of that header. I'll just leave a space there. And what we'll do is we need an audio source. So let's just check if we've actually got an audio source on this. We have our audio listener on this, but we actually need an audio source, which is on our player. Yep, we have an audio source on our player. So we'll just say audio source, and we'll call it my audio source, and we will do a serialized field, and we'll do an audio clip, and this will be hurt audio clip, and then we need to say hurt audio clip equals get component in parent this time, audio source. Oh crap, hang on, that's not right. There we go. Get component in parent. Get component in parent audio source. What have I done wrong? Oh. Okie dokie. My audio clip. My AS. My God. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, so my audio source equals get component audio source. Of course, we can't use the audio clip to. We can't define an audio clip as an audio source. Okay, so then when we, where's our player damage? So if damage is greater or equal to current health, we're taking damage through, we're dead. So that's if we take a massive amount of damage at once, it automatically kills us if it's over our health amount. If not, then we just take a bit of damage. So here we can just say my AS dot play one shot hurt audio clip. Oops. And then I'll just copy that, and then when we're dead, yeah, when we're dead, Control V. We'll just do it there as well. And then we're just going to need to put that in this slot. So player hurt, drag that in there. just going to save my game. I'm going to apply the prefab in overrides up here, and you'll see that the audio clip went to a nice light black color. Okay, that means the prefab's been applied. So now I've got 100 health. As you see, he's taking damage. He's playing a sound. He's getting hurt. He's dead. And he's respawned. Oh, that never gets old. Okay. So that is a basic respawn. As I said, there's a lot of things we can add to that. We can have UI come up on the screen with different options and things like that. You could have a fade screen where it fades in and out and then he respawns or something like that. So there's many options, but that is in its most basic form. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it, and I will catch you all soon. Cheers.